All right, welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're going to tackle a topic that I think a lot of people dream about, right? Writing a successful business book. We're digging into Karma Spence's article, Why Your Business Book Might Fail, and 5 Ways to Change That.
Oh, I love that title.
Yeah, it definitely grabs your attention, doesn't it?
It
It's
does.
from her LinkedIn newsletter, Write to Lead. And she's got some really great advice, whether you're, seriously considering writing a business book or just kind of curious about, like, what makes some books really stand out.
It's interesting because so many business books are written by incredibly smart and accomplished people,
Right.
but so many of them fail.
Exactly.
And Spence argues that it's not about a lack of expertise, it's about some missteps that people make that are totally avoidable.
Totally. And she really breaks it down into these 5 key areas.
Yeah.
And the first one might seem super obvious, but it's crucial knowing your audience.
It's like building a house, right? If you don't know who's going to live there, what their needs are, their lifestyle, their preferences, you could end up with this beautiful structure that's totally impractical.
That's such a good analogy, yeah, because in the book world, that impracticality translates to low sales and a message that just doesn't resonate. Spence gives this great example of the book, From Hustle to Harmony, a solopreneur's guide to sustainable growth. I mean, the title alone tells you exactly who the book is for, right?
Right, and it speaks to a very specific pain point.
Yes.
Imagine all the solopreneurs out there, they're feeling overwhelmed, they're feeling burnt out by the hustle mentality, they're craving something more sustainable, more balanced, and that title just speaks right to their heart.
Totally. It makes them feel seen and understood.
Exactly.
It's like the book is saying, hey, I get you. I've been there, and I can help. Which leads us to Spence's second point, right? Delivering on the promises you make to your readers.
Promises.
Have you ever picked up a book that had an amazing title, amazing cover, maybe some great blurbs on the back?
Oh, yeah.
And then you start reading, you're like, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for.
Oh, it's so disappointing, right? It's like that feeling of being let down.
Total letdown.
Yeah.
And Spence's advice here is to start with the end in mind. Like, what specific transformation do you want your reader to experience?
Right, and then structure each chapter so that it guides them towards that outcome.
Like creating a roadmap.
Exactly.
Each chapter is like a milestone on the journey.
Yeah.
A book that does this really well, I think, is Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Oh, yes, that's a great example.
He makes a very clear promise, right, to help readers build good habits, break bad ones.
And he delivers.
He delivers, step by step.
Practical advice, real-world examples.
Totally.
It's not just theory, it's actually applicable.
Okay, so we've got a clear audience, we've got a compelling promise.
Yeah.
Now, Spence's third point shifts gears a little bit, and it's all about aligning your book with your business goals. Some people might be like, wait, isn't this about writing, not business?
Yeah.
But here's where things get really strategic.
A business book, it's not just words on a page, right?
Right.
It can be a powerful tool for building your brand, attracting clients, positioning yourself as an expert.
Totally. But a lot of authors miss this opportunity.
Yeah, they do.
Spence is basically saying your book should be an extension of your brand, a way to showcase your expertise and connect with your ideal clients.
Think of it like a bridge,
Okay.
connecting you with your audience. They read your book, they resonate with your ideas, and now they're ready to learn more, to work with you.
They're already invested.
Exactly.
And to capitalize on that, Spence suggests weaving in some subtle calls to action throughout the book. So it could be invitations to workshops, links to free resources, maybe even info about your coaching services.
Yeah, but those calls to action, they can't feel forced or salesy, right?
Right. It has to flow naturally.
It's got to feel like a natural next step for the reader.
Okay, so we've got a clear audience, a compelling promise, and a strategy to connect our book to our business goals. But what about the book itself? Spence's fourth point brings us back to the writing process, and specifically the importance of creating a roadmap for your readers.
Even brilliant ideas, right? They can get lost if they're not presented in a clear and engaging way. Imagine you're hiking through a dense forest. Wouldn't you rather follow a well-marked path than try to hack your way through the undergrowth?
100%, yeah.
It's the same with reading a book.
Totally, yeah.
You want those signposts. You want those clear markers.
And Spence really emphasizes using things like clear headings, bullet point summaries, all those things that make the information easy to digest.
And it's not just about structure. It's also about balancing, storytelling with practical advice.
Ooh, I like that.
Stories draw people in, they make them feel connected to the material, and then actionable takeaways ensure they walk away with something they can actually use.
Oh, that's so good. Do you have a favorite example of a book that does that really well?
Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller.
Oh, yeah, I love that book.
It's a masterclass in storytelling and practical advice. He weaves these compelling narratives throughout the book to illustrate his points, but then he also gives you this clear framework that you can apply to your own business.
It's such a good book. Okay, so we've covered 4 crucial points so far, but there's one more that Spence highlights that's essential. And this one might sting a little bit, but sometimes our brilliant book ideas, well, they might not be as brilliant as we think.
Ouch. But you're right.
It's true.
Sometimes we need a dose of reality.
Yeah.
Spence calls this point doing your homework.
Yes.
Validating your concept.
Making sure it actually resonates with your target audience.
Yeah.
And this is where we're going to pick up in part 2 of our deep dive, because this is where things can get really interesting and maybe a little uncomfortable, because it involves getting real feedback. And sometimes that feedback isn't what we want to hear.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's crucial. So make sure to tune in for part 2, where we'll explore that 5th point in detail. See you there.
See you there.
In a world teeming with thoughts and opportunities, one writer embarks on the most daring adventure of all to turn a momentary idea into a book that will grow her business exponentially. With the right roadmap in hand, our heroine sets forth into the unknown, determined to navigate the labyrinth of her expertise, knowledge, and wisdom. Through treacherous terrain of tangents and the forest of ephemeral ideas, she plots a course true and clear, each chapter a step closer to the treasure of a completed manuscript. Guided by the methodology within All You Need Is the Right Roadmap, our intrepid author learns to navigate these challenges, transforming them into stepping stones toward her goal. In the end, the map she's created is more than just an outline. It's a custom-tailored roadmap guiding her from the chaos of ideas to the clarity of a book that's ready to be written. Your journey begins with a single map. With All You Need Is the Right Roadmap, discover the art of the perfect outline. Go to Amazon.com and embark on your quest today.
Welcome back to our deep dive on writing a successful business book. We're picking up where we left off, exploring Karma Spence's advice on validating your book idea before you go all in.
Because it's easy to get caught up in our own excitement, right? We fall in love with our idea, we think it's brilliant,
Totally.
but we need to make sure it actually resonates with the people we're trying to reach.
Exactly. And that brings us to Spence's 5th point, doing your homework, which is all about making sure your concept truly connects with your target audience. It can be a little uncomfortable because it involves getting real feedback.
Yeah.
And sometimes that feedback, might not be what we want to hear.
It's like going to the doctor for a checkup,
Oh, yeah.
You might think you're perfectly healthy, but then those tests reveal something you need to address.
Right. Those underlying issues.
Exactly. It's the same with our book ideas. We might be super passionate about a topic, but that doesn't guarantee it's going to resonate with our readers.
And that's why Spence encourages us to think of our book as a solution.
Yeah.
Right? Like, is it actually solving a problem or fulfilling a need for your audience?
Because people are busy. They're bombarded with information all day long.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to invest their time and money in a book unless it's offering them something really valuable,
Something that's going to make a difference in their lives.
Exactly.
So how do we make sure we're providing that value?
Yeah.
Well, Spence suggests tapping into the collective wisdom of our target audience. She talks about using things like surveys, social media posts, even free workshops.
Surveys can be so insightful.
Oh, yeah.
You can ask specific questions like, what's your biggest struggle when it comes to your book's topic? Or what kind of information would be most helpful to you in a book about your book's topic?
You're getting right to the heart of what they need.
Exactly. And then you can use those insights to refine your concept, your structure, even your marketing.
That's so smart. Okay, so surveys are a great starting point. What about social media? How can we use platforms like, LinkedIn or Twitter to validate our ideas?
Social media is like this giant focus group, right?
Oh, that's a good way to put it, yeah.
You can post polls, you can share snippets of your writing, you can even do a live Q&A and just get a feel for what people are responding to.
I love that idea of a live Q&A.
Yeah.
It's so interactive.
It is.
And you're getting real-time feedback, which is so valuable.
And you're building excitement and anticipation for your book.
Totally. Okay, so we've got surveys, we've got social media. Spence also mentions workshops. How can those be used as a validation tool?
Workshops are awesome because you're not just validating your idea, you're actually building relationships with your audience.
Ooh, I like that.
You can design a workshop that addresses a specific problem related to your book's topic,
Okay.
and then you can invite people to participate.
So it's like a mini version of your book.
Exactly. And you can see how people interact with the material, what questions they have, what insights they share.
You're getting so much valuable data.
You are.
You could even use the workshop to gather testimonials or pre-orders for your book.
That's a great idea.
It's like building a tribe of raving fans before you even launch.
Exactly.
So whether you're using surveys, social media workshops, or a combination of all three, the key is to actively seek feedback and then use that feedback to shape your book into something truly valuable and impactful.
Make a solution.
Exactly. That's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
Now, in her article, Spence actually invites readers to join the waitlist for her program, Around Your Book in 28 Days.
I've heard great things about that program.
Yeah, it's designed to help authors refine their book idea and create a winning outline.
That's awesome.
And even if you're not ready for a program like that, there are so many free resources out there. Books, podcasts, articles, online communities, you name it, there's something out there to help you.
The most important resource is your own creativity and determination, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Writing a book, it's a journey, it's challenging, but it's so rewarding.
It's so rewarding.
So if you have a story to tell, if you have knowledge to share, don't let anything hold you back.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive on writing a successful business book. We hope you feel inspired and equipped to start your own writing journey.
And remember, your voice matters, your story matters, and your book has the power to make a real difference in the world.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deeper.